Welcome. Today's video is a guidance that will lead you to the experience of total devotion, giving yourself over to God, reality, truth. Today's guidance, the gaps of silence which you will experience are equally as important as the words being spoken. So don't just listen to this for the next pointer in the form of words or instruction, but rather allow the gaps of silence to be of equal importance and value as the words. Before we get into the guidance, I just want to once again announce that I have created a brand new channel here on YouTube where I take questions from you about this practice, about anything that you're struggling with, and I make 5 to 10-minute videos every single week, multiple of them, answering those questions here in video format. Please check out that channel after this video. I'll link it in the description box below, and go subscribe over there so that you continue to watch those videos throughout the week. They will greatly supplement your practice and bring a lot of clarity in regards to this teaching. So very excited to share today's devotional prayer with you. I hope you enjoy and gain a ton of value from it. Here it goes. So today will be, instead of a typical meditation, instead of a focusing or a self-awareness, it's just going to be a devotion of prayer and surrender, a devotional prayer of surrender. And what that really is about, is about you recognizing your own powerlessness to make anything happen, especially spiritually. You recognizing your own powerlessness in your own spiritual journey and sort of giving over the reins, the control of not only your spiritual understanding and wisdom, but also your life. And for the purpose of today's guidance, don't be afraid of the word God. I mean, if you're here, I don't expect you to be afraid of such words. But when they are said, it's usually not used in the same way that they're used in conventional language. But rather than having any stigma about certain words, just let yourself hear, don't have any resistance towards anything, and see if you can really give yourself over. It's not really an act that you do of surrender or giving yourself over. It's just a truly, like, it's this real humility. It's just recognizing your powerlessness. All of our lives, we just parade around like we are the controller. We are making everything happen. There's great pride. There's great conviction. There's great belief. There's great arrogance. All surrender really is you relinquishing all of those layers of mind. And it will soften you. It will open you up. It will make you vulnerable to the truth of how things are. Okay, you can close your eyes. What we speak of today is an attitude that you can begin to adopt in all things spiritual and material, in all life endeavors. And it's an attitude you can begin your morning with. When we have a dialogue with God, when we have a dialogue with reality, it may seem like a talking to something that is outside of you. And you can surely look at it as that if you wish. Or in another way, you can also look at it as addressing the source of your very own self, speaking with your higher self, speaking with the self that is I. Recognizing your powerlessness, request guidance. So, dear God, please guide me. Please guide me to the truth. Please guide me to wisdom. Please help me to be free from my dysfunction. Please help me see what I cannot see. Please help me truly see, not just sense or think, but see. Help me see things the way they really are. Help me see myself as I really am. My life, I now give over to you. Please help me go through what I need to go through, whether pleasant or unpleasant. Please guide me. Let me experience what I need to experience to understand myself. Whatever I need to go through, I will go through, trusting your wisdom, trusting your grace. Help me be free from clinging and resisting. Help me become empty. Please bring me closer to yourself. Dear God, please keep guiding me. Whatever you have in store for me, I will go through without resistance. No matter how painful, I will never question your wisdom. Please help me rid myself of everything that no longer serves me. Help me melt into your presence. Help me acknowledge your presence. Guide me in both small things and big. I am ready, ready to understand myself, ready to embrace the unknown. I don't need anything anymore. Please help me let go of all attachments to all that is worldly. Help me truly become free from attachment. Everything I have is now yours. Please do with it what you please. Your path is the path I will follow. Please give me strength. Please help me navigate all the ups and downs. Please destroy my arrogance, my pride, my beliefs, my personhood. Please place me on the fastest route to self knowledge, to self understanding, to wisdom, to enlightenment. Whatever you have in store for me today, I will experience it. Whatever you have in store for me tomorrow, I will experience it. Give me the strength to endure whatever you have in store for me, and allow me to go through it with grace. Allow me to be receptive and open to every lesson. Take away what must be taken away, and bring in whatever must be experienced. Help me become empty of desire and fear. From here on out, I will truly experience everything as you have planned, and I will not question your wisdom. I will take everything to be the path that you have chosen for me. Please rid me of the desire for personal gain. Help me live my life in total acceptance. I want only your peace, your wisdom, your love. Please help me become aware of myself. With this type of devotional prayer, understand that you may speak to God or self in words, but God speaks to you in silence only. God doesn't have anything to say to you. God will never step down into petty words and language. Okay. Understand that if you wish to connect with reality, God, self, understand that if you wish to communicate with God, then you must sink into silence. Then you must allow yourself to be silent. Our psychological chatter is arrogance. It is a denial of reality. It is an escape into illusion. So from here on out, understand that the path is very clear. God speaks to you in silence. And as you go about your personal life, if you take everything to be God's plan, if you surrender to what is, if you truly live in alignment with this prayer and never question God's wisdom, but instead surrender to it, then there will be no problem. Then we can't get in our own way. This is how the path of self-awareness and the path of devotion go hand in hand. The more you become aware of yourself, the more this devotion brews up in you. And the more this devotion brews up in you, the more you become less and less of a somebody. This devotion, this surrender, destroys pride. It destroys personhood. It destroys belief in appearances as truth, as reality. If you're not connected with a higher power, if you're not connected with the self that is, then unknowingly you're giving great reality. You're giving you're taking the higher power to be the person. You're unconsciously, unknowingly taking the higher power to be the world that you see. That's what you take to be real, unknowingly. So what with this devotion, we are ridding the world and the person of reality, because ultimately they are appearances. Our own observation has shown us that. The power that is, the self that is the unknown. Call it life, call it God, call it reality. It does not matter, because words do not reach it. But to that, you are surrendering your idea of yourself, of me and my life. My life is no longer my life. From here, it becomes whatever the plan is, whatever it's meant to be. So this prayer shares that attitude with you, the most beneficial and most practical attitude to have in your life. Not only does it minimize your personal problems and complexity and drama and misery, but it also opens us up to wisdom. It makes us receptive. It, as we've been speaking on the past 2 Q&A calls, it opens up the curtain to self-awareness, self-knowledge. It diminishes the boundary between you and truth, you and God. The seeming boundary, the seeming separation, it helps you melt into God's presence. So all the work we do here is just a letting go. It is a becoming empty. It is a becoming a nobody, a nothing. Only when we are empty are we receptive to wisdom. Otherwise, we're lost in what appears to be real, what I believe to be real, but there's no real understanding there. Lastly, surrender smoothens the spiritual path. It like oils it up. No longer so much friction, but rather a flow. If you feel your practice becoming mechanical, if you feel your practice or even dropping away, or if you feel like once again you're caught up in worldly things and concerns, or if you feel like you're not getting the benefit of the practice as you want, then you must surrender. Then you must live with this attitude, and everything will take care of itself. There's no such thing as first my suffering must dissolve and then I can have this attitude. That very arrogance is what is keeping the suffering intact and the curtain of self-awareness, wisdom, closed. Quite funny how that works. So the invitation is, if today's talk resonated with you, do your best to live in alignment with it. You will not be disappointed. Then it does not matter what happens in your spiritual path. It does not matter what happens to you personally, whether you gain the world or everything is taken away from you. You will be allowed to go through it without suffering. You won't create more and more entanglement for yourself anymore, more and more karma, and more mental impressions. Instead, you will start becoming more and more empty despite whatever you go through. So yes, that is the invitation. I hope that today's prayer helped you. You can bookmark this, save this in your videos if you'd like to come back to it again and again. Anytime you find yourself in a time of friction and suffering, or you find yourself resisting circumstances, just return to these words, listen to them, sit through this guidance, and allow yourself once again to melt into devotion, melt into prayer, melt into meditation. As always, I have some free resources down below in the description that will really help you to create an overall holistic practice and live in alignment with this teaching. I have some free mini courses that I'll link down below. It's actually going to be linked to my support group that I offer. So just join the support group and you'll get access to all of those mini courses. In the support group, you can also interact with a like-minded community that is focused in doing the same work. And you can submit questions to me for videos on my second channel. So check out that channel as well and subscribe over there. And lastly, if you are looking to work with me and you want more intimate guidance and support and a more structured way of applying this teaching into your life and bringing your intellectual understanding into your direct experience, then learn more about my School of Awakening. I'll also link that down below. It is a wonderful day-by-day meditation program that will be of great help to you. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.